This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Victory Wednesday. Welcome to the Morning Hookup. Bill Hooks, YZ. We'll have Elijah here later on. Duty calls. He looks like Sam Hoiberg running into the tunnel right now. But he'll be back. Welcome.
That's a great analogy.
Didn't he? Looked like Sam running into the
As soon as
tunnel.
he got here.
Well, we'll talk a lot of Husker hoops coming up. NFL. We're going to talk about NFL. We're going to talk more about basketball, more about the balance of power. What's happening? The balance of power in the NFL. The balance of conference power in college basketball right now. Are we at the point now it's okay to talk bracketology a little bit? Or is it too early still?
It's January. There's still a lot of ball to be played, but
we're going to talk about it today. We're going to be our first attempt.
We're not far from it.
January 14th. Just look at the updated bracketology.
We can sniff it.
I think it's time to look around at it from a conference view, from a Nebraska view.
Yeah. I think it's a good time.
Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. Wonder how he's going to be feeling this morning.
Probably pretty happy.
We'll be able to recap a couple of games with him. Indiana and Oregon. Two contrasting styles of games that we just witnessed. Stories that we missed and a whole lot more. I don't even know where to begin with this game last night. 90-55. A 35-point thrashing by Nebraska last night in a rambunctious Tuesday night crowd. Students, welcome back. You played your part.
Big part.
As you always do. There's so many ways to look at this matchup last night. At point, it's in the second half of this game, and we're going to get to the entire game because you're going to talk about the scoring, the three-point shot, the defense, all that stuff. At some point in the second half, I felt like I was watching us play, I don't know, pick the preseason game we played, the non-conference game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a video game.
It was. It felt like that.
They were playing NBA Jam at some point last night.
That other team we played had no answer.
Yeah.
It was like playing, I don't know, who else was on our schedule that we beat like early in the season. I can't remember because we beat everybody. North Dakota State. I don't know, pick one.
Yeah.
It felt like that's who we were playing. Like we were just, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, affair. But yet it was Oregon over there.
Any shot that left their hands, you felt good about it. And they were taking some deep ones. They were taking some contested ones. It did not matter. It was falling. Everybody was making plays. It goes to show because this team has had, obviously they're undefeated, but they've had some lulls offensively. Yep. But when the offense is on, watch out because they're
special. You saw it last night. And I don't want to say, this was not a sluggish start. This was a battle up until at 28-28. You looked over, and Nebraska kept their defensive paralysis going. They kept shooting the three okay. But it was interesting because you looked up at 28 apiece. We were shooting like 40%. They were shooting 65%. And yes, we're tied. Like, okay.
Yeah.
We're right where we need to be. Also, you had Rank get into foul trouble in the game. Doesn't play a ton of minutes, which just ended up being okay minute-wise for him.
Probably needs it a little bit.
Not his best night. You look up and you go, well, is it a Rank and Jamarcus Lawrence combined for 10? And you scored 90?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, the amount of the amount of weapons you have on this offense when one or even two guys are off, you can go to two or three other different guys.
Yes. I mean, you look at the impact. Obviously, you're going to look directly at the score. You're going to look at what happened last night with a couple of guys. Price Sanford, my goodness, almost 31 minutes, 9 of 15, 7 of 11 from three. He dropped 28. He had 4 rebounds and a couple of assists and a couple steals.
There was a point from the end of the first half to the beginning of the second half where he was just unconscious, like flamethrower. Didn't matter where he shot it from the court. Didn't matter who was in his face. Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. He was feeling it. And then you look up also, You had the moment last night also early in the game where, again, I made fun of it earlier with Elijah, but like Sam comes out and goes right to the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's a lot of funny things that were starting to be thrown out there.
Right.
Did he have to go to the bathroom? Did he go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
I had heard also that he blew a shoe out.
Oh. Well, either
he blew his shoe out because we looked and my kid actually noticed that the bench was laughing as he was like darted out.
Okay, that's good. Because there was that initial scare of, oh no, is he hurt?
Yeah, but nobody went with him.
Yeah,
if you noticed that, nobody went with him. Came back, but then you had that one where like I was talking to someone. Even Frager had to wake up off the bench. Like, well, wait a minute, it's my turn already. I got to go in. But what a night he had as well. You had two guys, by the way, make 7 3. They were combined 14 of 22 from three. Both of them one shot away from tying the record for most threes in a game. 28 and 23 points. You get there. Another dunk. Nice dunk from Frager in that one. They had 51 of the 90. My goodness. What a night. But again, you go back and again, I think Coach Altman even said this as well. This team is a defensive juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
They just are. They close out well. They're long. They're athletic. They're annoying. Look at Sam. I mean, Sam plays 31 minutes. He's 5 of 6 for 11 points, 3 rebounds. Holy Christmas. 6 steals. He was annoying last night.
And the thing, it would be annoying to play this defense because they do so well at playing team defense.
Mm-hmm.
If one guy gets caught, trying to take a risk, trying to take a gamble, somebody's right there to step up for him. And then the guy that just helped him, somebody's rotating from the backside.
Yep.
If they throw a trap on the baseline, somebody's rotating over, and then somebody's rotating over for that guy. They all play off of each other so well, and they're very in unison with it. You can tell they practice it. You can tell it's part of their identity is team defense, and that's what I think has made this team so successful at this point in the year. Like, obviously, we were just talking about the offense and how you have so many weapons that can score, but the defense is really slept on.
They forced 16 turnovers last night? They forced 16 turnovers, ended up with a total of 11 steals on the night. And that doesn't tell half the story. With the number of times they got the hand on the basketball or kept Oregon late in shot clocks or made it difficult to shoot the ball even at the rack.
That's another point.
Because Burke, I tell you what, is getting physical down low.
And like the way that they contest shots down low and they jump vertically, able to contest without fouling. That's something I have noticed for years as a team Nebraska has done that. And that's a credit to Nate Lenzer and the way he has coached them. They jump straight up and down and contest shots without foul.
He coaches them hard.
Mm-hmm.
They perform that way. Again, look at again. Here we go again. Kel Jacobson, 20 minutes. 4 of 6. He has 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. They had 20 assists on 32 made shots. 20 assists on 32 made shots last night. For the game, they shoot 32 of 60, 53%, 47 from 3, 17 of 36, 9 of 11 from the line.
Hopefully a 35-point win over Oregon will finally get the national media to stop saying this is a fluke. Stop saying, oh, we'll just wait till they get into Big Ten play.
Well, the word fraud should be done.
Right. This team's legit.
Let us keep saying that to them.
Can we throw it out the window?
I hope so. Let us keep saying they're frauds.
It's just
let them keep thinking that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Use it as a chip on your shoulder, but it's disrespectful. At some point, the national media's got to wake up and say, okay, Nebraska's for real. They're legit. Just because their name's Nebraska.
Don't mean a dang thing.
Exactly. Throw all that out the window. This team is legit, top to bottom.
That second half defense was incredible. 8 of 27 for Oregon, by the way. They shot 29%. 15% from 3. Another second half performance. I think I saw the stat. Nebraska outscored them 48-25 second half. I think I saw this stat that I believe in the second halves this year. And I'd have to go verify it all, but I think somebody said we've outscored teams in the second half by 201 points. Quality adjustments at halftime.
I would believe it.
And Nebraska was opportunistic last night. Again, I know we made a bunch of threes. 23 points off 16 Oregon turnovers. Made hay there. 30 points in the paint. 11 second chance points. 10 on the fast break, and 37 off the bench. Obviously, 23 of those coming from Frager last night. What a night! What a night! 17-0. Crowd was rocking, man.
Next up is on the road, Northwestern.
Saturday, 3 or 3:30. Coming up. They are locked in. And this, if you listen to Coach talk post game, he is the one that is exuberating, like pushing these kids from the confidence level.
Mm-hmm.
You heard him talk about Frager last night. I told him to shoot the damn ball. Let it fly, man.
Yeah, I saw.
He wants you to get it in the air.
I saw something. It was after the locker room video came out where Hoiberg was telling the team, "Hey, there's people out there that still think you're frauds. They don't think you're legit." And somebody replied to it, and they said, "I don't think people realize how intense Fred actually is, because he's very good at not showing it."
Yes.
But then you hear some of the words that come out of his mouth, and you're like, "Oh, that had a little bite to it, Fred." Like he knows, he hears all of it too, and yeah, he's doing a great job of he's a coach. He puts his team in the best positions to succeed and motivates them to do it as well.
He loves you the toughest ways.
Mm-hmm.
This team, and you look at it, even Coach Allman talked about it in his post game, is they are just well connected. And I think that's the best way you can put it.
That is a great way to put it.
They're just well connected.
Mm-hmm. There's a ton of chemistry.
There's a lot of shaking hands of each other and moving. There's a lot of team chemistry, a lot of synergy, a lot of that happening. You can see it on the floor.
And we keep talking about the offensive production. A good part of what we just talked about, the synergy and the chemistry, it's not like any of them are selfish. None of them.
No, this isn't selfish ball whatsoever.
Like they will pass up an open shot for an even better shot. They find each other, they pick each other up, they play off of each other, and there's a reason they're 17-0 and number 8 in the country.
Proved it.
Yep.
Proved it last night for sure. They belong. Lane, I agree with you. I don't care what the media says. I really don't. But it's interesting that it keeps going that way. And I honestly, I think this team, I just said they proved it last night. I think it's already been proven.
Mm-hmm.
The formula they have, what they're working with, is it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
It's legit. I'll sit here and tell you, I did not see a 35-point win.
No.
I did not. I know Oregon was undermanned, but even Dana Allman said those were excuses. That is a team, we just took them to the woodshed last night. And Oregon is a very athletic, good team.
Oh, yeah. Even without Shell.
They're just struggling to find their connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
To make a statement, again, another statement, let's just check the box. A 35-point blowout. And Nebraska right now is a team that I don't think anybody wants to play. Jamarcus Lawrence, I think, says it the best. Respect all, fear none. Respect them all. We don't fear anybody. Boy, 90-55. Get another opportunity on Saturday. Northwestern, we're going to talk about it coming up, about the Big Ten and the way the Big Ten is shaped up and the balance of college basketball. You can't let your guard down at any moment. This team doesn't seem like it's that type of team.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to waltz in. Again, flip the script, move on. Next game. You got a chance to celebrate last night, and I'm sure this team is back in the lab today.
Yep.
Recovery, rest, repair, get going. There's a lot more ahead of this team. So, 90-55. We'll talk more as we continue throughout the week here. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ryan 840. Good morning. Shane, what up? Todd, what up? Arlo's in. What up? Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Let's take our first break. And when we come back, we are going to jump into college basketball. There was some Big Ten action last night that was boy, that was a lot of fun. But let's look at a little bit of bracketology and the balance of the conference play when we return. My throat hurts a little bit this morning, not because I'm sick. Yelling. My goodness.
Ooh.
Yelling. Here, it's got the little muffle in it today.
Mm-hmm.
What a night. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that.
We had practice last night, and I was trying to set up the hack attack machine.
Yeah.
Dropped it on my foot.
Ouch.
It hurts so bad.
Ouch. Those, ugh.
That thing can pinch you.
Those are the ones you like kind of wake up and you kind of forget that you did something.
Mm-hmm.
I think we go again tomorrow night. I always love to give my opening speech. This was my first year with the 11s group that I'm helping out with now. I always say going backwards, but I'm not. It's just going younger. And they about 10s and 11s. We do it every year. The opening thing is, hey, blah blah blah. Hey, you know what? The next 2 months, or the next 6 weeks, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna suck.
Yep.
You're just gonna suck.
Yep.
Or I use the word stink with the 11-year-olds. You're going to stink. And that's okay. Just know that that's the fact that you're going to stink.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a progression.
We even had a kid who didn't hit for a week because he hurt his back doing squats or something.
And he's going to stink for another couple weeks.
Yeah, he came back doing last night doing soft toss, and he was couldn't hit.
Hitting the top of the ball, missing, all that. You're going to be okay.
Couldn't hit anything. And then he's slamming his bat down.
Yeah, dude, it's
no.
January 12th.
Yep.
It's the best water. I don't know what it is.
Starbucks water.
What is it?
I don't know.
Are you there too?
It's good though. It's good water.
Because welcome back in the morning. Hookup again. Happy Victory Monday. It ain't being superstitious right now with that basketball team. They just roll it out and go hoop. And there's a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
There's a buzz. Like, the Nebraska crowds, no matter where you're at, any sport, have always been really good. And sometimes play that 12th man or 6th man or whatever number sport person to propel.
Yeah.
Volleyball's always been that mode. Football is getting there at times. You can get that sense around the Nebraska basketball crowd now. The lines last night are longer.
Gosh, I saw some of those videos.
What,
Ooh.
like the students to get in?
Yeah.
It's their first home game back.
Uh-huh.
Since I think Wisconsin. But the unique buzz, the energy. We walked in last night and we waited a little bit later to go in just because we see it. And I don't want to stand out in the cold too long. But you walk up and it's just a buzz in the concourses.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I mean, even the number I look up because I can look to my left and see a ton of the standing room only people up there. It's a buzz. It's incredible.
Well, I mean,
The high fives, the just the energy, and then there's those moments where they start to rise and fall. And then the rise happens, and it's like, whoa!
Yeah,
More standing happening, more engagement to the refs. Kelly Pfeiffer last night, by the way, almost got in his own way. Jeez.
Well, the next 3 home games are sold out.
Yes, I think by the time this is all done, every home game is going to be sold out.
Right.
So if you need them, go get them. Took my middle kid and my daughter and her boyfriend last night, and she was even saying, because there's times where she's like, I'm just going to get a couple tickets, and her and her boyfriend are going to go, and they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's like, I can't afford to go.
Yeah.
And then she looked at me with those eyes. I can get you a couple.
I got you.
Last night in college hoops, boy, there was a lot of electricity in college hoops again last night, which leads us a little bit to the bracketology discussion. Where you see Nebraska at? What's their sweet spot? Where they're going to be at? Because you see a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if we broke Indiana or not, but boy, thrashing last night. Michigan State 81-60 up in Indiana last night. 42-28 second half. That was a big one. Fears had a big night, 23-10 for those guys when you look at that. But boy, the most exciting thing all night last night is, again, I had a text. There were a lot of people watching this game before Nebraska's game thinking it was going to go to overtime, and then you're going to miss part of the Nebraska game. Wisconsin, Minnesota last night. My goodness. Oh no, I got the brief Cliff Notes version of it at watching SportsCenter last night. Wisconsin wins 78-75 on a buzzer beater 3 last night at the barn. It just shows you that place is tough to go play. We got to go there in about 3 games.
It's a weird spot. I think Wisconsin or Minnesota tied it with about 8 seconds left.
Cade Tyson, I will forever be so angry right now.
Yep.
Seeing him banging all these threes as he was at Tar Heel last year. Now he's like goes to Minnesota, and like I don't know who to blame right now.
And then Blackwell came down from Wisconsin. No timeout, pull up, bang.
What I love about that was they banged the 3. It's easy as a team to sit there, and I'm praising, but it's easy to sit there and watch that go through and go, oh man. And then, but they inbounded the ball, got up the floor. Blackwell bangs the 3, boom, runs the court.
Yep.
The balance. That's it. No night in the Big Ten is easy. No night in the Big Ten is easy if you like to watch hoops, but man, they are, which leads me to talk about it. So this bracketology thing, we're talking a little bracketology. Is it time? Can we talk about it now? I know it's January 14th, and I know a lot of people say, hey, it's, like you said, it's way early. It's early.
But we can sniff it.
We can sniff it, right? Because I do believe I'm in this discussion. Again, there's a lot of basketball left. There's a lot of games left. A lot can happen, right? We know that. In any sport, things can happen. But it's okay now because the discussion around the country, the discussion around locally has been, it's not if you're in the tournament, it's what seed you're going to be. This is fun talk. And it's okay as a Husker fan, and I don't really care about the national side. It's okay to start believing this. Okay? Believe it. Don't be a Husker fan, as a lot will be sometimes, waiting for the other foot to drop. Could it? Maybe. Nope. Maybe not. Enjoy the ride at 17-0. Enjoy the ride right now. We talked about the game earlier. I did not see a 35-point thrashing coming. I mean, I saw a win, but a very athletic Oregon team, which we know they were down on their guard. Get it, whatever. But the performance last night when the lid popped off was, I felt like I said earlier that we were playing, at times we were playing North Dakota. And again, I'm not picking on those schools, but it felt like a non-conference game that we rolled the ball and said, we're just better than you are, and we're just going to shoot it until we just beat the brakes off you. It was incredible.
I did kind of feel like some of those non-con games where it's a bit of a sleepy start and you're sitting there at PBA like, okay, we should have expected this is going to be a fight. And then the second half rolls around and it's just a splattering. That's what it was last night. That was a splattering.
Well, how many Big Ten games in recent history of Nebraska basketball have you had a chance to roll your bench guys out? Kevin Blue, go get some minutes. Leo Curtis, go get some minutes. Hey, Garcia, get some extended minutes. Hey, Bolus, go get some minutes. That is not what we're used to seeing.
Mm-mm.
But this team will beat you down like that. I think it's, and I said this earlier, the defensive end is wearing teams out.
Well, it's what I was thinking last night was how many times have you seen a Nebraska basketball squad go on the road against a good Big Ten team and stay competitive for a half, and then that opponent starts knocking down some shots in the second half. You let it get away from you. You can see in the body language that Nebraska no longer wants to be there, that they're just counting down the minutes till the game's over. We've seen it now twice in Big Ten play. The script has been flipped.
Yes.
Where a Big Ten team has come into Lincoln. And hey, it was a little competitive early. Nebraska, the better team, which it's usually the script is flipped, but now Nebraska is the better team. They start knocking down some shots, and you see that energy, that life drain out of the other team. And you see by the final 10 to 15 minutes of that game, the opponent no longer wants to be there. It's cathartic. It's cathartic to see it flip and be like, oh, Nebraska's the boogeyman now.
Yes, we went in and like ripped their soul out last night. And just it like the Monstars last night for the Space Jam.
For the last 15 minutes of that game, I was at the bowling alley, and my dad was saying, I don't know if Oregon's going to get to 50 points. And it's because they didn't have interest in being there anymore, especially their starting five. I think they got a little bit more effort from their bench guys once they rolled them out late.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we get our chance.
But that starting five, from about the 15-minute mark of the second half, you could see the body language. They didn't want to be there. They were ready to hop on that flight and get back to Eugene.
Especially, I think, after the defensive paralysis that we were putting on them. And then you look at two guys who combined for 14 of 22 from three-point line. And then when Frager dunks on young man, it's like they won't let us go. You could see it come up like looking up at the clock going, wow, we have 8 minutes left of this, and this is going to hurt. Which led me to talk about not just that game, but where we are in the balance of conference power in the grand scheme of bracketology right now. Wherever you look at, whether it be Lenardi or whoever else you want to look at, it's back to where it was. The Big Ten is the bully. They are the top dogs right now. They're saying right now, predicted 11 teams.
As Walter White would say, they are the one who knocks.
Yes, 11 teams. But there's a huge balance shift. One, I think the SEC basketball has really shifted. And I think that's due to like a lot of NIL. A lot of the football schools in the SEC provide money for the basketball programs, which has flipped that script. Because you go back a few years and you would say ACC, Big 10, Big 12. SEC was probably in that four spot for a long time. But right now they're predicting 11 Big 10 teams, 9 SEC teams. And then welcome back to the ACC, eight ACC teams, 7 Big 12 teams, because watch out. Beware of the fog. Last night, Iowa State found out what it was like to go play at the fog. As they had that first check mark going to 16-1, there are 4 undefeated teams now. And we talked a little bit about the balance because Wisconsin last night, what a game at the barn.
Oh,
it let you know you better be ready to go to the barn. That's the one I've circled in the next recent ones.
I mean, whenever Minnesota hit the shot to tie it up, it felt like the roof was going to come off the barn.
Oh,
the whole place was shaking.
Talking about getting your soul ripped out. How about I just said I loved how Wisconsin just inbounded the ball, got up the floor, Blackwell,
He honestly got a good look.
You got a great look.
He had a man in the face, but it's one of those things where the defense goes, okay, we can't foul. You can get some good looks on the final possession whenever you play it like that. You don't have time to set up the defense, and the defender goes, okay, the worst thing here is to send him to the line. No, the worst thing is him knocking down that shot. There was a shot contest. It wasn't a great shot contest, so Blackwell got a good look. Dare I say onions.
Onions.
What did you see him sprinting around?
Well, and you know that, yeah.
They couldn't catch him.
You know what the thought I had was? And I hope somebody plays Nebraska close enough this year at home that Nebraska is forced to hit a buzzer beater.
Oh, PBA would explode.
It's coming. I believe there's a couple of home games that we could see games like that. You have an Illinois coming to town. You have a Purdue coming to town. We could see some of those fireworks. Heck, I don't care who it is. Maybe it's Northwestern because we play them twice in like the next few times out coming up. But you know what? I think it's fun. We're talking bracketology a little bit. We're talking balance of power in college basketball. Everywhere you're starting to look right now, you're starting to see that 2 line pop up everywhere you're looking right now. with Nebraska basketball.
Why not a 1 seed?
I just throwing it out there.
Why
Just,
not- why
I
not
think
a
they're
1 seed?
still scared. I saw some 1 seed, but when I look at the balance of powers, I look at the Lenardis, I look at the whoever else, you name the names. They're all great guys that try to figure this thing out, that had to piece this together. And for them, they're probably doing the same thing. Holy crap, how do I seed Nebraska, right? How do I seed them right now? Because that's part of their job, is they start seeding these things out. Right now, in a prediction model, actually, Joe Lunardi, and this a couple of days ago, not minus last night, he has them as a 3 seed. Nebraska on the 3 line in Oklahoma City.
He said, though, they might be 1 win away from the 2 seed line.
Mhm.
What do you still need to see?
Yeah, what
Joe?
do you
What do you still need to see? That's my question. Okay, they've gone on the road. They've beaten top 25 teams. They've beaten top 25 teams at home. They've taken care of business against the teams they need to take care of business against.
They've been down and out. They've been this. They've been that. We've had whatever.
But hey, I'll just say this right now. Take Nebraska's resume and put Creighton's logo next to it.
Oh, they're on the 1 line.
Yep.
Mhm.
They're on the 1 line.
Yep.
It's easy. They're on the 1 line. And I'm glad you said that team, and it wasn't, because that's a great thought, because a lot of people want to go, well, put Puke's name there, but no, put Creighton's name there. And you're exactly that. You've gotten all the clout you need.
But your logo's still Nebraska. Simple as that.
Is there a sweet spot for that team, you think? Because I think the only thing that they haven't done, Nebraska hasn't done, when they lose, maybe I'm wrong, but there's a better chance they lose somewhere. When they lose, what is the response the next time out? Because that foot will drop. And call me wrong if they go undefeated in the regular season, whatever. But the foot will drop. They're going to lose a basketball game somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a highly competitive basketball game when they lose it. I don't see this team getting blown out. I mean, there's the potential of one night they whatever.
They shoot it poorly against a Michigan or a Purdue, and you lose by 10 to 15.
Fine, but I don't
see this team, what we've seen in years past, which the wheels fall off. The team looks like they don't want to be there, and you end up losing by 30.
Yes.
At this level of basketball, in order to lose by 30 or 35, there needs to be a little bit of the give-up factor.
Yeah, I think they play, and again,
and this team does not have the give-up factor in them.
And the Nebraska end, this is all, and why I say they're not going to get put out. They will play their tails off on defense no matter what. That's the one thing you can guarantee every night. You can't guarantee shots going in, right? You can't guarantee that we're going to be 14 of 22 for a couple guys from 3, but you can guarantee they're going to play their tails off on the defensive end, which will stop that 30-point loss, those type of nights. But mine will be, what's the response when they lose? How do they rally? How do they get that? Yeah. I don't think this team feels pressure, but the talk right now is, again, there's a lot of this. I think, and again, you got to remember they're human beings, right? 17-0. You're one of the last 4 unbeatens. Which one falls first? That I don't really care. But what is the response after they lose?
Mm-hmm.
And again, you look at the Big Ten, it could be any night. Northwestern, I don't know. There's certain games you circle.
Who had Wisconsin beating Michigan on Michigan's home floor?
I think literally nobody.
I mean, literally nobody.
It is any given night in the Big Ten. But this team has the maturity. They have the confidence. I will say, barring injuries, I saw enough really from the Michigan State game to think this team's got a Sweet 16 or an Elite 8 in them.
Yes. And again,
the more wins they keep stacking, the higher and higher I'm going to get. Where I'm saying, hey, you know what? Final Four is not out of the question.
I agree. Absolutely agree with that.
I mean, go.
The Sweet 16, that tournament thing is all about, to me, it's a couple of things. One, I've said this a lot. If you're going to make runs in tournaments, the teams that are playing the best going in, the teams that are playing the best basketball going into that have better success. And for Nebraska's purpose, and again, probably not a year that really matters, but I think it matters a lot, is the draw. There's got to be a sweet spot for all teams, whether it be on the 2 line, the 1 line, the 2 line. That, you know, those draws make the difference in regional and the regional site that you'll be playing at. This will be a year. Again, a lot of years. We did it. I mean, every time Nebraska gets a chance to make the tournament, there's travel. This will be a year with Nebraska's upside the way it is right now. We're going to sell out wherever they're at from a travel perspective. Boy, what a night. Incredible. And just it's fun to talk about the whole balance because we're going to talk more later on about another league and the balance of power. But the Big Ten has put their claws back into college basketball and saying we're the best conference.
And to that point, a lot of people are going to look at the next 3 games and chalk it up as 3 W's. Now it should be. Let me first off say it should be. But it's any given night. Northwestern, they have played a lot of good teams close. They don't have enough playmakers to close down the stretch, but they played a lot of teams close. And you got to go on the road. Welsh Ryan, it's not the most daunting venue in the Big Ten, but on the road is tough still. And then you have Washington, who I'd say the same thing about. They haven't had the horses in the stable to keep up with the great teams and go win down the stretch, but they've played some teams close. Now they also have a couple losses that look bad on their resume, but there's still some players. And then Minnesota, everyone has circled as a trap game, as a look-ahead spot to Michigan. Let me also say, the more people say that's a trap game, the less of a trap game it becomes.
Yep. I keep saying it. I just want to keep saying it.
If you keep on reiterating Minnesota's a trap game, it almost loses its trap game nature because everyone is going to be circling that. Oh, well, this is the game Nebraska loses because the Barn's a tough place to go and play. That Minnesota team, the offense that they run under Nico Medved, it's tough to stop. Now, do they have all of the pieces to run that offense? No, but the offense is still tough. Mm-hmm. Kind of similar to what you'd say about a Hoiberg-led team in the past probably 3 seasons where they don't have all the pieces to run the offense that Fred Hoiberg wants to run, but it's still they run that offense with success. That's Minnesota for you. But hey, man, let's sit back and be real. This team is 17-0. They are playing like I would say the best team in the Big Ten right now, or at least a top 3 team within the Big Ten. The expectation should be going out and getting three W's. Yep. Is the sky falling if they drop one of these games? No. All of these teams have the capability. It's the Big Ten to go and beat Nebraska. Nebraska is better than all of them.
Yep.
And then you have a huge 4-game stretch.
The next 4 after these 3:
Michigan, Illinois, Rutgers, Purdue. I will say confidently, 3-1 in that stretch. You're a Final Four team.
Yeah, that's just no doubt. You're going to be 2 of the top powers that people are. Or those are 2 of the 3 of the. Those are potentially 3 teams that the Nationals pundits have said those are 3 potential champions in the country, like winning it all.
Yeah.
If you want to get a chance tonight, there's hoops tonight. If you got nothing going on, we can watch some of those tonight. You have Iowa; they're headed to Purdue tonight. I will be checking out that 7:30 game because I have not seen Northwestern play this year yet. They welcome the Fighting Illini tonight. So that'll be something to watch. Also, if you're into it, there are teams out there. There are 4 undefeated teams left. 1 fell last night. A few more will play tonight, or at least 1. Vandy, they got to go on the road to Texas tonight. How does that boy Vandy look solid right now? Arizona State, they're headed to Arizona. So a couple of those teams will play tonight to try to keep that bagel on that right side of the ledger. So boy, a lot of fun. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, balance of power. I posed this yesterday. This might take a couple of segments. We'll see. I posed this yesterday. NFL playoffs. What we're seeing is the AFC flipping the script, and how the AFC to me is starting to look like in the NBA for a long time, the Western Conference of NBA basketball. That's what I feel like is happening in the NFL right now. Let's talk about that when we return. Oh, comment. Justin says, ESPN, what's up? What up? It says March Madness is canceled this year. They're just going to give it to Nebraska to save time. Good morning, Ernesto. Ryan 840 Flex in says, I want the 3 line to avenge Danny's 3C club that lost at Xavier.
Brother, I want as high a seed as possible. Just stay off the 5 seed line. Stay above the 5
That
seed.
is the one line I looked at. I go, oh God, like just looking at some of the teams they predict right now. And again, this is so early, but I nerd out on this stuff. Lenardi right now, if you're looking at those lines, at 5 seed, like right now, these 2 5 seeds they have Louisville and Clemson on the 5 seed. Louisville predicted would play Utah Valley fine. But, like, if you're on that other line, they're predicting Clemson to play either a playing game against UCLA or New Mexico. Scary.
Mm-hmm.
The other flip side of that, they have a North Carolina on the 5-seed line and a Virginia on the 5-seed line against, like, a Murray State or a Liberty. But I don't like the 5-seed line at all. It's a scary place.
No. And I said this a couple weeks ago. The 12 seed line, which you're playing as the 5 seed, is the line of like those top teams that don't come from a Power 5, that haven't played the huge names that are hungry. Hey, they've had a lot of success in there. They're sitting there with single-digit losses. It's just they don't play in the conference to get the respect, so you throw them on the 12-seed line. That's why I hate the 12-seed line.
How would you feel about Lenardi's if it actually came true? Again, we're really early, but it's fun to look at. So he has Nebraska as a 3-seed playing Temple, playing the winner of the 6-seeded Kansas Jayhawks and George Mason.
6-seed Kansas is just crazy.
What about if Nebraska, the 3-seed? If this was like reality today, you could have a round of 32 matchup, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma City.
I'll see you in Oklahoma City, Hooksy.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be given a chance to knock them out. Make it the Sweet 16. I'm going to have to clear my baseball calendar for March. Because I'll tell you what, I would be a guy that's all in. If it's wherever they're at, we're going.
Coming back.
It's been Welcome back to the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us. Another victory Wednesday. Basketball gets it done. We're just talking about what that travel would look like. Like Lenardi, like again, I love to play the scenarios with Lenardi and look at. I look at his a lot. He seems to be. I don't want to say he's the most tuned in, but it's pretty accurate. But it's still early. Right now, he has Nebraska on the 3 line with a blue blood on the 6 line. Play this scenario. If it's in Oklahoma City, you have a chance to go watch Nebraska, the 3 seed. Most probably get their first tournament win ever. And if the Kansas Jayhawks were the 6 seed, a round of 32 matchup in Oklahoma City, I'm going to have to tell everybody I'm associated with that come the madness that my schedule is fluid. My travel is fluid. I would be one. I think a lot of people would probably figure this out. Like I would be one that if it's on whatever it's at, I'm going, and it's like an open-ended ticket that I'll be there for a couple of games, and then wherever if they end up and when they do and how they do it, get to the Sweet 16. All right, next stop. I will be the morning hookup on-site reporter.
Morning hookup on wheels.
See, I'm circling before we even get to the NCAA tournament. I think this could be a year to hit the Big Ten tournament. In Chicago. Now, if Nebraska does stay on the double bye line, the first game on a Friday would be my birthday. And I'm not usually a big birthday guy, but it's a good excuse. But March 13th, it'd be Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Chicago.
It's like a road show. Would they let us go on the road?
Yeah.
Morning hookup on the road.
Why would they not let us on the road? It'd be good content.
Morning hookup on wheels. I like that. We could sell that.
Well, what is for the NCAA tournament though? Are there any sites that are too far for you to go to? I have them all pulled up
here. The answer is no.
Now there's
Well,
some they probably would not send Nebraska to because they like to have a little bit of a.
It's the regional travel. They do a lot of that travel stuff.
So like I don't think they'd send Nebraska to Portland.
No.
Or San Jose.
I think anything East West Coast, you're not going.
So some of the sites here: Buffalo, New York.
You're not. I'd go, but it's not where we're going.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Been there. That's a crappy place. No, yes, fine. I'd go. The answer is all these sites. If Nebraska was there, but would it be a trip you'd take?
The likely spots would probably be St. Louis, Oklahoma City. But there's a lot of spots all across the country. I mean, the first and second round are played in Buffalo, Greenville, South Carolina, Oklahoma City, Portland, Tampa, Florida, Philly, San Diego, and St. Louis. Those are the first round spots. Yep. St. Louis and Oklahoma City would be the most likely.
And a lot of it also, I would say,
Philly would be fun.
It depends on kind of your seeding too, like how they seed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're, again, the one you want to stay away from, that I think it's probably just by the pure history of the 5-12 line, you want to try to stay away from it. But if you look at where they're predicting now, those 5 lines, again, the 4 or 5s are different sites. The 5 lines are Tampa, San Diego, and Tampa, Philadelphia. Yeah. So it's like if you're on the 5 line, you could end up in Tampa if that's the site that holds from that perspective. But it's so regional now. It's like they keep you so much. I know there's like travel cost and distance from your home and things like that.
NFL?
Football. Yeah. Sure.
Yes, the question is
the balance of power.
Is the AFC the old Western Conference?
It's starting to feel like that. And I'm not, and maybe it's just me as you're looking at the up and comings. And I think it has a lot to do with quarterback. It has a lot to do with coaches and what's happening on the AFC. You look at, like, you can go through divisions right now. And again, not every team in every division, but we can go through all of them and go, oh, what about New England right now? Vrabel, boy, he's turned that thing upside down, right? Got a quarterback looks like he's locked in. You got a coach locked in. Buffalo's been Buffalo for a long time. Baltimore.
Yeah.
These jobs opening up are going to be big time. Those 2 jobs, Tomlin stepping down yesterday,
well, I think
flipped the market.
Any offensive-minded head coach would love to go to Baltimore. I think Pittsburgh will require a slight rebuild, like one of those 2 years, not one of those 6-year Cleveland Browns rebuilds. You know what I'm talking about?
Because they're not going to be that patient.
Yeah, it's like a 1 year down, build some draft capital, build back for the 2028 season, 2027 season. Sorry,
I think those are going to be big time jobs with big time head coaches going.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
The Chiefs still have freaking Patrick Mahomes. Let's not throw them to the side.
And
they're going to come back. They need to retool, but they'll be back.
How do you feel about Jacksonville? Is that legit going forward?
That's legit.
How do you feel about Texans going forward? Denver, yes, locked in now. Kansas City will retool, but they'll be back. The Chargers, I think, are still in play with what they've got, the pieces. And you just start looking at those pieces going, man. Then you flip it on the NFC. There's a lot more questions for me on the NFC side. Philadelphia, right? I know they were the defending champions, but that looked clunky on offense. Dallas, a perennial that's been up there, right? Mm-hmm. Who gets the Giants job? Don't know. That's up in the air. The only division the West, you got Chicago. Are they there to stay? I don't know.
Well, even the guys at the top, like the Rams, you're not gonna have Stafford for much.
You're
longer,
old,
right? You have it's a very old team. You're not gonna have Stafford or Devontae for very much longer.
What happens in Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit?
Well, just the wide open nature of the AFC and a little bit the NFC this year as well. Just the wide open nature of this playoffs. There's 4 teams, probably 5 teams that are still left. That you could tell me they win the Super Bowl, and I'd say, yeah, I can see it.
Sure. Every team that's playing this weekend, I think I would take off the Bears.
It speaks to a changing of the guard, though, in the NFL of the next generation's coming. Caleb Williams. Hey, Jaden Daniels still has a lot of talent for Washington. They were down this year. That's a team that I'm expecting to come back.
You throw in
the Broncos.
What's Cincinnati going to do with Burrow, and what do they got going on there? But I feel like the NFC is the Western Conference of NBA basketball, the old, right?
It's the quarterback talent in the NFL right now means there's so many teams that could go win one.
We'll talk more about that. There's some great matchups this week, and we'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Coming up also, Henry T. Buchanan, a whole lot more. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
then I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop. Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
In Nebraska, honesty and integrity matter. These are the values local broadcasters live by. When others try to divide and mislead, you need a source you can trust that knows your hometown. Nebraska broadcasters aren't just voices on your radio and faces on your screen. We're your neighbors, focused on improving the communities we all call home, providing verified information you can trust.
Connoisseur Media and the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, serving our community, committed to truth.
If you've got trash, it's time to stop trash talking and clean up with MWC Can. MWC Can is your one-stop container shop for front load, rear load, side load, and self-dumping containers. Come to MWC Can in Lincoln off North 56th Street and Russell Drive to see their full line of steel and poly containers for any trash need. MWC Can. Let them help you take out the trash the right way. Visit MWC-can.com today.
Has your child swallowed your medicine, your laundry detergent, your nail polish remover? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you inhaled paint thinner, glue, pesticides? Call the Poison Helpline. Have a question about a dose, a fume, something your kid just drank? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay, so your trophy's in the cabinet. Business is great. The growing pains are all in the past, and you're feeling optimistic. Now you're in big trouble. Because truth is, no matter how well you slayed your last quarter, the next one could slay you right back. And without a cohesive strategy and a scalable idea you can rely on, nothing is certain except uncertainty. Which is why for your next rodeo, you need the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a true creative partner that brings next-level creative thinking and production quality to companies who didn't believe they could afford it. So you can keep your company growing without outgrowing the dream that started it. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great scalable idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321-321. That's METER to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent anything.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3. Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton doing the same thing her husband, former President Bill Clinton, did yesterday by refusing to show up to testify before the House Oversight Committee in its investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. ABC's Jay O'Brien with more from Capitol Hill.
In a scathing 4-page letter, the Clintons calling the investigation partisan and the subpoenas legally invalid. Writing the committee's probe is supposed to be directed at the government's handling of the Epstein case, all while you have done nothing with your oversight capacity to force the Department of Justice to follow the law and release all of its Epstein files. Adding every person has to decide when they have seen or had enough and are ready to fight for this country, its principles, and its people, no matter the consequences. For us, now is that time.
President Trump reiterating on social media that anything less than U.S. control of Greenland is unacceptable.
His comments come just hours before Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio meet with Danish officials at the White House to discuss this issue, a meeting requested by the Danes. The White House has insisted every option is on the table to acquire Greenland, including the use of military force. That's been met with significant pushback from European allies. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Health Secretary Robert Kennedy appointing 2 new members to the CDC's vaccine advisory panel, one of them describing herself as anti-vax. NASA is preparing to evacuate 4 members of the SpaceX crew that just arrived at the International Space Station in August because one of them is sick.
NASA has refused to offer specifics about the first medical evacuation in the 25-year history of the ISS. But assuming the undocking goes smoothly this afternoon, the 4 astronauts, 2 from the U.S., 1 from Russia, and 1 from Japan, will splash down off the California coast before sunrise Thursday.
ABC's Jim Ryan. Housing market slump dragging into its 4th year. Sales remain stuck at a 30-year low with rising prices and rising mortgage rates. This is ABC News.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work? Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore. Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app? Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas. Does that actually add up to anything? I'll make around $200. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROFIT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PROFIT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROFIT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROFIT.
A federal warrant served at a Lincoln home. Good morning. I'm Jeff Moat. Sunshine, 32 degrees at KFOR. Few details are out this morning about a federal warrant served late Tuesday afternoon at a home near 32nd and Orchard in North Lincoln. Some bystanders suspected that it was a raid by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but it turns out it was Homeland Security that was heading up the effort to serve that warrant. KFOR's media partner 1011 News reports it's seeing several people with rifles and other combat gear wearing labels identifying them as Homeland Security, FBI, and U.S. Marshals. At least one person was taken. Justice to debate and vote on a resolution to expel Amherst Senator Dan McCune for improper conduct on the floor of the legislature Tuesday. He's resigning.
This decision is not made lightly, but with respect for the institution, my colleagues, and the responsibility that accompanies the public service. I leave with humility, reflection, and sincere hope that my departure allows this legislator to move forward with unity, purpose, and integrity.
McCune was cited for misdemeanor public indecency by the Nebraska State Patrol in October. He's accused of inappropriate touching at a party toward the end of last year's legislative session. Meanwhile, Governor Pillen is expected to name out an appointee to that District 41 seat that was held by McCune at a news conference coming up later today. In this week's Crime Stoppers report from Lincoln Police, investigators are working on a hit-and-run case from December 17th near 48th and Randolph.
Older white Dodge Ram driving behind her illegally passed her in the northbound turn lane and tried to overtake her vehicle.
LPD forensics technician Becky Keller says the truck missed, clipped the front end of the victim's vehicle, and sent her crashing into a tree. The victim was taken to the hospital where she suffered some trauma to her head. Thankfully, she was treated and released to go home and heal up. More details about this case can be found at LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. Sunshine today, breezy, steady temperatures in the mid-30s. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. That'll be a lot of Nebraska basketball fans when the tournament comes. Yeah. You want to fly away, get away. I had interesting conversations with a lot of people, whether it be the establishment I was at pregame. By the way, I was down to about 4:15, 4:20, somewhere in there. Again, packed house at all the establishments downtown. But the number of conversations I'm having with people now that I know, whether it be there or in the arena, like that are contemplating going to road games now, like taking trips on the road.
Did I tell you?
I was this close of pulling the trigger of being in Chicago this weekend. No, I'm not lying. I'm like, whoa, this is like, it's a movement.
I'm squaring things away. My uncle bought tickets to Ann Arbor. I'm squaring things away to go with them.
Woo! See, it's happening because we are zeroing in with my kid and I, USC.
LA. Yeah.
Kid's never been there. Yeah. I'm like, boy, you could get a cheap ticket probably. Not playing but cheap basketball. But
that campus is great.
Yes. And so we went to USC football, did that.
You can sell it to your wife as a campus visit. Hey, we're gonna go tour campus.
Yeah, man. He's a freshman. We gotta go start early.
Maybe he wants to go off to USC in a couple of years. We're gonna tour campus. Mm-hmm. That's how you spend all these trips.
Here's the sell. How do I sell this? I don't know if this is gonna fly. Because we've zeroed in, that'd be a cool little trip to go on. And it's like right at the end of February. But have you seen that schedule?
At the end of February?
Yeah. You'll know what I'm talking about when you look at the schedule. The game after.
Oh, USC and UCLA.
How do I pull that off?
Will that be a week off of school?
No, we'll just leave Friday afternoon.
28th. Oh, no. That'd be fine.
It's a weekend.
Leave Friday evening. You go to the game.
It's the weekend.
Saturday afternoon. You hang out Sunday, Monday, go up to Santa Monica or something like that. Head up the coast, head up Pacific Coast Highway.
I would do the show remotely.
I was surfing that time of year.
I don't even know. Do I pull that off with me and a 15-year-old like hanging out and just chilling?
Yeah.
For a few days.
Yeah.
Like, why come back when you can catch 2 games? You can catch USC, Nebraska, and go to Pauley Pavilion and catch your Huskers against UCLA.
I think it's not even a question.
Well, if you're going to the USC game, you better stick around for the UCLA game. I'll say that right now. We'll figure it out around here. There's no point in going out there if you're not going to go to both games. Do the double dip.
I know. I was talking to a couple of individuals that are doing that I know really well. One of the establishments that I was at last night. He's like, dude, I was like, hey, what do you know about that? He's like, we're already going, and we're staying through like Thursday. And like, then again, this is way level. I would not do. He's like, yeah, we're going to go to this game and that game. Then we're going to go to Napa for 4 days. And like, oh, you're digging in. But there is a movement.
Do the Lakers play at home that weekend?
They do not. I looked.
I looked. What about the Clippers?
They come. Yes.
Avoid the Clippers.
Yes. The Lakers. No. I looked because
they play at the Warriors.
Because I also found out through these discussions the team hotel where Nebraska's staying.
Oh no. The Kings play at the Lakers.
When?
March 1st.
Ooh. Oh, okay, boy. I didn't look that far because I hadn't gotten that far.
So you could go to the USC Nebraska game on Saturday, Kings Lakers on Sunday, and then UCLA Nebraska on Tuesday.
And what I'm hearing is the team hotel is within shouting distance of Crypto, aka the Staples Center.
Staples Center.
It's the Staples Center.
I just said it just be politically correct, proper name.
Brother Hooksy.
That sounds like a great trip.
Is this a trip brewing for me?
And I love.
Sounds a bit better than
I do. Realistically, I thought I've been to LA a couple times in the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. I thought I'd hate it.
I have too. I've been both times. I've been both games.
I thought I'd hate it. I like it out there. Actually,
I do too.
Great Thai food. The street tacos you can get out there, incredible. You got to make the one stop at In-N-Out, even though their fries are horrible. Their burgers are good.
You got to make it just a traditional. So you have to do it. Because I
skip the fries at In-N-Out, get 2 burgers.
I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but that area is a beautiful area.
Yeah,
it really is. Minus your beliefs about what else happens in that state, It is a beautiful part of the country.
Oh yeah, would I want to live
because
there?
you can go there.
Would I want to
No,
live there?
no.
Probably not. Am
Could
I
I
going to
afford
love
to
a
live
weekend
there?
out there?
No.
Am I going to enjoy the hell of a weekend out there? Absolutely.
Because it's an area where you do not have. There's so many other areas. The last 2 times we've been out there for the football contest, we have not even sniffed LA, whether it be Malibu or somewhere else. Let's go these different places. So it's a thought. But I think there is a movement happening. If you start watching these road games, because we're used to seeing Nebraska fans travel for football, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start to watch these games as you're watching them on TV from the road perspective, the number of growing fans that are starting to go watch Nebraska. Because when they go out west, the Californians and West Coast for Nebraskan group, I bet you see a big presence at these basketball games.
Wow. I bet you're going to see a good contingent of Husker fans in Chicago this
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
There's a lot of Huskers in Chicago already, and there's going to be folks making the trip as well.
I've looked, again, believe me, I've done research and looking at these ticket things. Oh, I found something out too. I'll tell you guys about tickets. But you can get, like I saw the other day, like in Chicago, up in Evanston, that if you legit wanted to, you can go up there, whatever your flight is. But you can sit like row 1 behind the scorer's table for like a couple $100. And be right there.
Not here.
No. You can sit for that price these days, you can sit up about at the top.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. But I've already started to look at these tickets and things like that.
I don't know how we transition the conversation.
I
from
do.
here. But it's
because
Husker fans love traveling and it's fun. You see the travel contingent for volleyball. You see it every year for football. If the basketball fan base turns into a traveling fan base,
watch out,
rest of the country.
Balance of power happening. Balance of taking over arenas.
Nebraska's never taken over a basketball arena.
No.
Aside from the Pentagon's a little different because that's a neutral site, but like a road venue,
I don't think so.
No.
If you get
they tried, they did.
If you get like
I will say
a Nebraska in South Bend or Nebraska in Colorado, Scott Frost's second year. If you can get one of those type where it's just red everywhere in a basketball arena.
Did they take over? I was there, so it's hard for me to see. I could hear it. They take over Memphis when they were there from the viewership when we were in the tournament.
Definitely more Husker fans, but I wouldn't.
Wasn't like a takeover. Like I remember,
yeah.
The one of the biggest takeovers I've ever witnessed, not basketball. I was at the 2001 football championship out in Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
That I've never seen. They like get their butts kicked, but I've never seen anything like that because we got there a little early. And they had the color of pom-poms laid out strategically where the ticket bases were sold. It was incredible the number of red pom-poms you saw in that matchup. Incredible. Which leads me to talk about this weekend. As you're watching the NFL playoffs from the couch with all your food.
You just want to guess the get-in price in Denver this weekend?
I'm looking at right. Oh my gosh, if this is true. No, look at the prices. Oh my goodness. Does this say buying tickets starting at $483?
Yeah. That's the cheapest price to get in.
Did you look down at the other ones?
The lower bowl?
No, that's just starting there. How about starting ticket prices for, take a guess, San Francisco at Seattle?
It's going to be more than
$558. How about the starting price? And now that's the highest. Starting price for Rams Bears.
Rams Bears $700.
$508.
Okay.
You might want to take a peek at this. How about starting price for the Texans and the Patriots?
Probably a little bit cheaper because they've seen so many Super Bowls. I'm going to guess $420.
How about $290?
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Enticing.
$558 in Seattle. Starting.
Okay, throw prices to the side and throw fandom to the side as well. If there's one game you could go to this weekend in the NFL playoffs, which game are you going to?
Buffalo, Denver.
That's probably the best game, but I've always wanted to go to Seattle Stadium. That place looks sweet.
Seattle, by the way, is a low-key, great place to go. One, don't get confused on the city and things like that and all your politics, but it is a low-key, really cool sports town.
Yep.
Yeah. We were out there for Nebraska, Washington when we went off on them out there.
Mm-hmm.
But Seattle itself, a low-key, really cool town at the time.
Mariners games always look really fun.
Mm-hmm.
really cool, low key type. You would never think about Seattle, and you think NFL, but their sportsmanship, their fanship is really good out there, and especially the setting when it's Seattle and everything's right there, and you got Pike's Place Market and all that stuff, and then you look across, you take a little Uber across the sound a little bit, and there's Husky Stadium. It's a cool low key spot.
But I have never been to. Is it still Mile High, or what do they call it now? Empower.
It'll
Field?
always be Mile High.
It's Mile High.
It's Mile
empower yourself at Mile High.
But Bills Broncos at Mile High, that's got to be the game of the weekend.
Yeah, probably. Though Soldier Field, it's going to be rocking.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, they're going to be upside down.
They're still going to have cheese graters there.
Yeah,
they're going to be upside down.
I don't think you can pick there's no wrong choice for this.
No, there's not. I think, but again, just from an atmosphere, like game wise, I guess I'm less intrigued. And it sounds crazy. I was thinking about this because you asked this question, and I have a different answer. I'm less intrigued by San Francisco, Seattle right now.
I'm still intrigued. On paper,
just because
on paper, Seattle is the much, much more talented team, especially with the injuries for San Fran. But I think, believe it or not, Brock Purdy is the more tested playoff quarterback, and I have a lot more faith in him than Sam Darnold to not screw everything up.
I'm becoming more intrigued by
bad word there.
The Rams going to the Windy City, playing against the Bears in a jacked up Soldier Field. I'd been to Soldier Field one time in a meaningless type game, and it was rocking then. I'm intrigued by that more than I am of that other game, and seeing some team play each other for the third time. I don't know. What I am intrigued by is taking a break, number one. 2, and letting Henry T. Buchanan come on here in a minute and talk Nebraska basketball. Let's take a break, come back with the legend, Henry T. Buchanan.
What's up, fellas?
One of these?
I can't believe y'all talking football playoffs with what happened.
We spent an hour talking Husker basketball.
An hour talking basketball.
And we were picking the road games you'd like to go to for Husker basketball, and it just transitioned into a little bit of basketball.
I'm going to the USC and UCLA. I'm just going to stay with my brother.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what Hooksy was talking about. Hooksy might join you.
I'm trying to plan that trip right now with Ty.
Let's go.
But I gotta navigate the waters of influencing my wife that it's gonna be okay to take my kid out of school for a few days. And
get this tea. My uncle bought tickets to Ann Arbor for the Nebraska-Michigan game. He's got one for me, and I just got to figure out the work schedule and the bowling schedule to make sure it all get out there.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait, back up. Did I hear you say bowling?
Yeah, Tuesday night is it's the city tournament. We've already paid our dues. It's a 5-man team. They're expecting me, so we're trying to figure out when I can bowl my games for the city tournament.
Today.
Well, we got to figure that one out. And then I also need Justice can fill in for me at work on Monday and Wednesday. We got nobody on Tuesday. Caleb, if you would like to learn how to do the Average Joe Sports Show. Great opportunity.
What's your bowling average?
Wait, we're gonna talk bowling now. Hang on to it.
Okay.
Now we got some good sports.
Let me look it up. I took we as a team last night. It was just me and my dad. We have a 3-man team. It's me, my dad, and my brother. 2 of us have to bowl every single week. 1 of us gets the night off. Me and my dad, we had a good night last night.
What do you do on your? Does everybody still go? Because I think if I wasn't bowling that night, I'd still be there. And I would have a night off, my man.
It's 50-50. Sometimes we show up and chat, and sometimes we have other things to do.
Nope. Somebody would drive me there. I'd hit up. My night off would be in one of your cars.
So my brother went to the Nebraska basketball game last night. So
he won.
Yeah. So
he won.
So, but there's some night he's also working through a master's program right now. So sometimes he does work on that. I'm usually the one that if I'm not bowling, I'll show up unless I have like other things to do. But
yeah, you do.
But no,
we do what you do.
No, we beat a team that's usually in contention to win the league last night, 11-5. I think it jumped us up into the top 2 of the standings. So we've been bowling good this year.
I need to figure out how to get this water into my house.
Starbucks water?
Starbucks water is incredible.
I don't know what they do to it.
Wait a minute.
Have you ever gotten water? Hey,
it's gotta be like purified.
Don't knock it. Go there.
It's
go there. I mean, I know this. It's hard to compare waters, but I'm telling you,
There's only one water. I'm out. Don't give me Dasani.
Ugh.
Dasani's bad.
Right.
I can't tell a difference in any other water.
It's like
though.
carbonated.
Well, I did grow up drinking out of the water hose because we weren't allowed it.
I did too.
Me too.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
All right, coming back.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. It's that time. It's another Victory Wednesday with the Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, can I do it to you? Boom!
What's happening, fellas? What's up, Bill? What's up, Elijah? YZ? Hey, man, I probably got a total of 15 minutes sleep last night. I couldn't sleep. I was too fired up.
I tell you, there's something happening. We're going to get dead into the game, but I was telling these guys being there last night, the crowds are always really good at Husker hoops, but there's a buzz right now. And I'm noticing, I know it's probably not like, I know he got a lot of flack for it, but the number of times when Frager would bang a three last night, or anybody banging threes last night, it was this. Boom! It was just like people like throwing the threes at everybody.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Well, it's different because you remember K-Say used to do this.
Oh.
Yeah. And I remember that guard out of Penn State start mocking him. Boo, whatever.
Boo, Booey.
Yeah, Boo Booey. When we played there, he had a good game, and when he would hit, he was trying to mock him, and I was like, "Man, get out of here."
Somebody, by the way, last night, you guys weren't even there, but I'll get your thoughts. But like the way Frager was been shooting it as of late in Price Sanford, somebody, they hold their phone thing up and do it. It said Tamanaga, and it said Frager greater than Tamanaga.
Yeah.
But let's don't get out of hand. But when you collectively, it's not even close. It's Frager. It's not even close. Shooting, I mean, Tamanaga on fire. But now Price will give him a run for his money. Price, matter of fact, I'll take Price over it.
Ooh,
that's just me.
There it was. Yes, that was it.
Yeah, I'll take Price. I'll take Price. Price, man, is special, man. Shu and I was texting last night. D. Vic was at the house. We were watching the game, and Shu was just saying that when you see it up and close in person, because he was on the floor, him and Susan was on the floor.
I saw him skirting around with his skin shoes.
Do you have a suit on?
No, he's got some red cardigan on. He's pretty. He's got his Superman necklace. Like it's now like this.
but it's got to be hanging out.
Out.
Yeah.
He's waving with the popcorn.
Oh yeah, and I was texting him during the game, and I kept seeing Susan clap, but I couldn't see him clap. He said I was clapping. I'm like what?
No, because he wasn't on board. Now he's on board.
It's pathetic, and I want to give him a hard time, but now he acts like he's been part of it. He's been behind him from day one, and this and that, and I get no criticism now. And he's drinking everybody's Kool-Aid, not just his own, everybody's. But I would tell you this, and I've been saying this, I still can't think of a person with a faster release at all levels than Price Sanford.
Yes.
That release, I've never seen nothing like it. I mean, Steph Curry, any of them. I'm talking about Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. I'm talking about all the quickest releases I've ever seen at any level. I've never seen one that fast.
He's got a little Klay Thompson to him, dare I say.
Yeah, well, Klay. Okay, you got me on that one, Elijah.
He might be quicker than Klay,
but he might be quicker than Klay.
Yeah, but he's in that same room with Klay. Because Klay, I forgot about Klay. Klay has a super fast, but golly, man, this guy, I mean, it's gone, and it's on target pretty much 99% of the time. If it doesn't go in, it's going to be around that rim. She's not shooting air balls, side of the backboard, clanking all over the place. It's like every time he shoots, you're like, that's going in. I mean, no matter if he's off balance, but he finds a way to be on balance every time he releases it. Even when he's coming around, he's coming around off the pick, and it's gone. It's just impressive. But I know we were talking about Frager. Frager, man, is special.
Ooh. He's a special one. He's
Frager's
growing up.
Frager is a pro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has a pro-style game. The step-back handles. I mean, 2 games in a row, he done dunked on somebody. He's dunked on somebody and makes it look easy. It's not a struggle. I mean, it's no effort. He just goes up, bam. I don't care who's in front of him. This guy, there's no fear. There's no fear in nobody in this team. Heck, go ahead.
I just compared Price Sanford to Klay Thompson. Frager, I saw this last night. I can't take credit for it. But he's got, if you remember Christian Brown from Kansas playing for the Nuggets now.
Oh, yeah.
He reminds me of a slightly taller version of Christian Brown with the way he shoots, the way he gets to the rim, the explosiveness. Yeah. Like, my question has been, I was circling like, all right, 2027 NBA draft. There is a chance that he might get some looks in the 2026 NBA draft, and he might have some decisions to make at the end of the season, not to look too far ahead here, just because NBA teams love a guy who just turned 19. They can go develop him, and he's already shown, as you said, we're all seeing it. The guy's going to be in the NBA someday.
Yeah.
There's a good chance, or maybe not a good chance. There is a chance so that some NBA teams might give him some advice of, hey, come out this year. We'll give you a look at the end of the first round, top half of the second round.
Yeah.
He's going to have a decision to make, I think.
Elijah, you don't have no argument with me on that. But I saw that in practice, because remember I came back, I said, man, he just dunked on this big guy, in practice the same way he's doing it now. So what y'all seeing, I saw in practice. Mm-hmm. And remember I kept saying, man, Frager, man, is he's starting to stand out a little bit in practice, but I'm not surprised at what they're doing because that's how they practice. The way they play, that's the way these guys practice. And it's being just transferred to the game time. And there's no letdown. I mean, and I'm talking all of, how do you score 90 points, blow out a team by 25-30 with your best player scoring 5 points?
Both of them. You combine that with Rank and DeMarcus combined for 10.
Yes. Think about that. And then let's go talk about, I got 2 favorites. Of course, Sam, and then, of course, JaMarcus. The 2 guards are my favorite. And then plus JaMarcus wearing my numbers.
Yep. So, he's doing it proud.
Can you
I already told him that, Bill. I already told him that. When I saw him at practice, because this was after he hit the game winner against Illinois, I said, I have no more criticism of you. I'm never giving you a hard time again, and I haven't. He's earned it. He's earned it big time. The guy he's bringing it, and he runs the show regardless of the minutes or how many points. He's running the show. But the Sam Hoiberg, oh my goodness, those 5 steals in the first half, where he was just like taking balls like he's taking a candy from a baby. Like, give me the ball, and let's see you later. And man, I couldn't sleep last night, fellas. I ain't gonna lie. I got about a good 15 minutes sleep. I was just so wired up. I kept running, watching the Big Show, Big Ten channel, the replay of the game, the story about Mast and Rick Mast. I'm just going through it because we in a territory that no team in the history of Nebraska basketball has been in this at this point. The highest rank, 17 in a row, and not counting 4 from last year. So technically 21 game winning streak. And it looks like there's no let up. Everybody's healthy. That's on the roster now. Unfortunately, Connor, we lost him early on, and hopefully, and it looks like we'll get him back. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's been official yet that he has next year back, but I'm counting on that. So I'm not even talking about next year. One of the coaches already got on my case. I was asking about big men and this and that for next year. He said, "What are you talking about, man? We're playing right now." I was like, "Yeah, that's a good point." I want to. I'm just starving for this, and loving this success. I told Coach Hoiberg my normal customary text after every game. I just told him, I said, "This never gets old." I said, "I've envisioned this since you were hired." Which I have, how successful. I didn't know it was going to be this successful.
And then T asked the question to finish it off. Why did it take so long?
No. Well, I already got that answered. And I said, I can't tell you anything other than that you don't know. But I said, but prepare for the next game and keep everybody humble. But you got to think about it though. His first year, he got one player from Miles. The second year was COVID, so I just don't even count the first 2 years. Then he started building in his third year. Fourth, he had some talent. He got the first 5-star in the history of the program with Bryce McGowan's, and then we get Bryce Williams there. So we've had talent. Gary. Over the years, but we just we just didn't have the cohesiveness that we have now, the chemistry on both sides, and they're like a machine. And I've been saying this, and I know I've given Kirk Joseph a lot of credit, their personal trainer, but that has a lot to do with it. Shu was telling me, he was watching it, he said the guys never stop running.
Nope,
And
they
could
don't.
you imagine having to chase those guys? I would play I don't know who's listening. I would play a zone and match up zone. You just guard whoever's in your area and don't give up your three. Why are you sitting there? That's why these guys run out of gas. The opponents run out of gas in the second half. They don't have any legs. And then when we sub, we're not losing much. Kel Jacobson is playing well. When Garcia comes in, he's doing his thing. When of course Frager, when he comes in, what he's doing. So we have no letdown whenever we sub. So that's the other piece. And then here's the other deal that surprised me last night. I know I wasn't surprised that we out-rebounded Indiana, but we out-rebounded that big team last night.
Yep.
And
6'9", 6'10", 7 foot across the front.
And I'm on this group chat with some good friends. One of my college friends. Actually, we took biz law together with him and some folks from Milford. Rick Dugdale and JJ, Jennifer Dugdale, and some others, Doug, and it's about 6-7 of us, Ryan Dugdale, but JJ, the female, she texted last night and made a comment about the steals and the turnovers that we were creating, and then when I responded, I responded by saying that turnovers is the key, that we keep our turnovers under 10, blah, 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 blah. And that's a winning formula or whatever. She said, well, no, what I meant is the steals that we got. And I said, oh, so, but when she said it, my response was kind of like, well, we can't really expect that every game. And what did we do last night?
Yeah, we can.
9 to 11 steals. So I stand corrected. You're on to something here. I mean, but of course, Hoiberg ended up with 6 out of the 11. Dude, I don't know, man. There's all kind of accolades of what have you, man. It's like a dream that you don't want to wake up from. But man, these guys are bringing it, man. And what do we have? A projected number 1 seed right now?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it depends on where you look at.
But still.
Yep, it's fine.
Still. And with Iowa State getting blown out last night at KU, we're going to creep up, man. We're going to, if we continue winning, we can't take Northwestern for granted. Definitely can't take, is it Washington coming in, and then we go to Minnesota, and then we go to Michigan. Then we got Illinois coming back in right after that. So the schedule's not getting any easier.
No.
I lost a bet to Shu last night because I was being conservative with Dana Altman coming back home, and I know Oregon wasn't fully healthy, but then again, that's no excuse. But I thought that they would compete a lot better than they did. I said it's going to be a 5 to 10 point game. He said 15 or more, and he got $10. First time he's ever won a bet against me.
Well, T, I know you've been high on Nebraska since the summertime. Two-part question here. Were you expecting this being top 8 in the country, maybe a chance at top 5 next week? Combine that with the fact you just gave Dana Altman his worst loss in almost 8 years. February of 2018, they lost to Stanford by 35. That's how long it's been. 8 years almost since Oregon's lost by 35 points. I mean, what this Husker basketball team is doing this year is spectacular, and you're currently in the midst of the best season in program history. Were you expecting this?
Not the record. I was expecting success. I was expecting us to piggyback on how we finished last year, where we should have went to the tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't finish the regular season as strong as if we could have got one more win out of that, we'd probably go to the NCAA tournament. But winning that Crown tournament really prepared us and gave this team the confidence that, we can do this, because Boise State was in the same boat we were in, that felt that they should have got a bid, and they were a really, really good team. And the way we handled them in that championship game, I said, man, and most of our team, other than Bryce and Gary, we were losing. And the guy that I thought was going to be a great replacement, because we didn't know if Mass was going to be 100% and how he's going to perform. So there was some things that wasn't answered yet with this team. But when I went to practice and watched Mass practice and some of Jamarcus coming back, watching him and watching Frager in practice, and Sam been doing his thing for the last 2 or 3 years, and I knew what he was going to bring to the table. Kel Jacobson, the way he played in the Crown Tournament, I knew he was going to do some things. Connor, I just thought Connor was going to be part of that equation and do his thing, but I knew we were going to be very, very good. And like I said at the beginning, I said, we're going to be, they picked us 14th or something crazy. And I said, no, we're going to be in the upper half, probably around 5th is what I was thinking. I did not think at this point we would, I'm not going to sit there and BS anybody. I didn't know we were going to be at this point first in the Big Ten right now, undefeated, 5 quad 1 wins. And the teams we've beaten on the road, like Indiana and Ohio State, blew out. Wisconsin's playing better now. They, that big shot last night on the road against Minnesota, I thought was huge. They're playing a lot better after beating Michigan on the road. So you start thinking about these teams that we've beaten, and we beat Indiana on the road, even though they lost last night. But Michigan State is Michigan State. And so, where we're at now, am I surprised? Yes, but I always thought we were going to finish in the top 5 or better, and we just happen to be in first place right now. Hopefully, we can stay there. I love this team. They play the game the way it's supposed to be played, both ends. I mean, offensively, defensively, they execute on both ends, offensively, defensively. They can post up when they need to. They got guys that can score at all levels. You got guards that can penetrate. You have big men who can shoot it, who can post up. And here's the key that I've been saying, and back to my comment about the steals. Guys, we're averaging. Remember, since I've been on this show, I've always said 10 or less turnovers, we have a great chance to win, or we're going to win. What are we averaging? We're averaging less.
Like 8, 9.
Yes, that's a winning formula. Plus, we're shooting. Our free throws is 80%, right at 80%.
Yep, it's up there now.
3-point shooting. I mean, every aspect of the game, passing, taking care of the ball. We're one of the top teams in the country, assist to turnover ratio. We take care of the ball. We shoot the ball just as well as anybody in the country. And what's surprising me that I thought was going to be our Achilles heel, we are rebounding the ball a lot better, and that's where Burkay comes in. People get frustrated because he's struggling from the perimeter. And sometimes I wish he could finish better around the bucket sometimes. But, man, defensively and rebounding, he keeps the ball alive. He's taking some of that pressure off of Brink, where he's doing the banging and pushing, and then he's coming in and getting the rebounds. And everybody's just – and then heck, Sam rebounds. What do you have about – I think, 3 to 5 rebounds last night?
He had 5.
Well, he's had games where he's had 8 and 9.
But, God, man, dude, I'm just amazed. I mean, D Vic was over here, and we're just looking at each other like, man, can you believe what we're witnessing here?
Again,
because we've never seen it in this program.
Yep.
And a lot of programs have never done this. What is it? 4 teams left that's undefeated now? Yeah.
And then 2 play tonight.
And they're talking about who's going to be the first one to lose now. We have Miami of Ohio. They're in the MAC conference.
Yeah, can we just say 3 really?
Yeah.
I will say, Miami of Ohio deserves to be ranked. They're still not in the top 20.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's crazy, but their undefeated season is different than all the other undefeated seasons. Yes. But they do deserve to be ranked. Let me say that.
But what disappointed me with ESPN, they showed the odds of the NCAA champion, and they had Vandy in there, but not us.
Yep.
I was like,
you still got the price tag on. You still got the logo there. That's still, you're fighting it nationally. But again, we're speaking to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, we've been giving a lot of flowers. I know Coach Hoiberg's getting a lot of them. You've talked about Kirk Joseph getting a lot of them. But let's talk about, I think what's maybe not as underrated. We've been talking about steals a lot, but I call it defensive paralysis. And I think that's what this team is. I know they shoot it well at times. They can pop the lid off like they did last night, but it goes without saying that what this team does defensively, shout out Nate Linsard, by the way, how important an assistant coach is.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that and how important an assistant is. I know how Coach Bargan was for you.
Yeah.
The influence he had, not just on but off the court as well. But talk about that and the whole defensive paralysis thing, because I think that's where Nebraska beats people into submission at times, and they did it last night to Oregon.
And think about this. Every coach that they've beaten, and I listened to the interview, they talk about their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense. But I go back to the practices early on and watching Nate in practice, the intensity and blowing the whistle when people are out of place. If you watch now, a couple times last night, I saw on the TV, people miss their assignments. Where that baseline where they let them go baseline and they expect a double team. And I think it was Lawrence was, of course, hey, you can go. I got somebody waiting. They wasn't there, and the guy goes in and get it done. But it starts in practice. And I said this to my team here at work and my peers. We were talking about resilience. What's resiliency or whatever.
Resiliency.
And we were talking about that, and I was just talking about doing hard things good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. They do the hard things very, very good. And people don't realize the fans only see the product during that 40-minute time frame. They don't see the preparation. They don't see the conditioning workouts. They don't see the practices and the repetition and the scout team. People don't think about. People look at the folks that's on the bench and that's not playing, and how important they are to these starters and the top 8 to 10 players who are playing, and what goes into that. And when you go to those practices, it's like, I never seen a practice where nobody's playing around. Everybody's attention is on the coaches, whether it's Coach Hoiberg, Nate, Ernie, whoever speaks, everybody stops and listens. And it's like repetition. They got film before every practice. They watching film, what they're going to go over. And a lot of times it's the scouting report of the other team. Now I'm not in their film session, but that's what I know what we used to do. And they're looking at the tendencies of their opponents. The scout team is preparing to run the offense of the other team, and the first and second team are defending those guys. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. There's this whole coaching. And matter of fact, shout out to Coach Ernie. He got one of the top 100 assistant coaches in the country. I can't think of the name of it. I had it, but can't think of the name.
I saw that.
Yeah, think about that, the coaching staff. And I don't think we talk about the coaches enough. I know the players, because they are the ones playing, but who's the mastermind behind the scenes? And one thing I've noticed in practice, Coach Hoiberg allows his coaches to coach. And you don't see that a lot. I talked to a player for Oregon. Was it a player? I think it was a player or a coach. It might have been a coach, but one of the two, I think it was a player, former player. And they said one thing about the difference with Coach Altman versus maybe a Coach Hoiberg. Coach Altman dominates practice. He makes all the calls. And I don't think he allows his assistants to be as involved as he probably should. And that's just from what I'm hearing. But we don't see that with Coach Hoiberg and his staff. Everybody is involved. All the coaches, all of them have a voice. But what I love the most, they don't waste time in practice. You don't see people throwing half courts up, pity-patting around. It seems like it's just all business. And I think with Coach Hoiberg's NBA experiences, I think that's the way he's running his team. It's all business, and that's how he goes about his business. And you don't see people lollygagging around and hee-hee-hawing it. They are paying attention, and they are working just as hard in practice as they are in games. And that's why you're not seeing a big difference. And that's why they're executing so well on both ends. And you're just seeing a beautiful product of basketball. And this is the way Dr. Naismith intended basketball to be played. Both ends, fundamentally sound, hitting your shots. They hit free throws. They hit they didn't have 3-pointers. I don't think he had 3-pointers in part of his rules, but they're in there now. But any other way that he intended this game to be played, watch Nebraska basketball, and that's how basketball is supposed to be played. And it's entertaining. Everybody I talked to, not one person have not said that this team is fun to watch. I mean, and it is. And I don't even know if they even lose, but you got to say if or when. And I don't want to knock on my wooden floor. I don't want to jinx them, but whether they win or lose, man, they're just fun to watch. And these guys, and the only one with attitude on that team really that throws it in your face is Frager. Yeah, and because I don't know if y'all saw when he dunked on that kid in Indiana, but they showed a replay and they showed him looking back at him like, really? Did you really just try to jump with me? And then, of course, dunking on the big kid last night, and just he did a run around like Michael Jordan. You know how Michael took the long way around after dunked on you and ran on down the court. Man, he's fun to watch, man. I'm hoping y'all enjoying this because we've never seen that like this, and it's hard to even think about 17-0 with the best conference in the nation. Best conference in the nation. You're 6-0, 17-0 overall. If you played some really good competition, and nobody can complain about the schedule. They can't say it's luck. I mean, people are just stunned. I mean, now nationwide, people are picking up. I was a little upset with Partner Interruption. They were talking about Vandy's run. I was like, where's the Huskers? We're right there too. I mean, you're talking about Vandy, but I bet you if we win the next couple of nights, we'll get more love on ESPN because Big Ten and all the analysts love us right now. Adams, I mean, all of them, man, they love us right now. And now everybody's starting to get to see what all the fans in Nebraska have been seeing all year, and what we've been talking about since Coach Hoiberg's been there. And now we're just seeing being patient instead of just think about this. What, a couple of years ago they cut his salary a little bit, man. It's all over, and this is it for you, and this and that. And now look where we're at. He's gonna go down.
It's a lot of fun, and you know where I'm at most days when.
I know where you was right with me. I know where you're at.
I'm right with you. Well, team, man, we appreciate so much, my man. There's so much more to come
I
in
know,
this
man. I can
basketball
talk
season.
About this, man.
We could have a 3-day show with just us talking Nebraska hoops, and just know that we do that. Probably, and like anybody else out there in this city, we're talking more Husker hoops.
Oh, well, exactly. And then now I've been seeing other stations talking more hoops now. Like even Damon Benny, and I was listening to him. I'm like, really? I mean, man, get out of here. You don't know nothing about basketball. Stay with your football, man. But no, hey, man, we got the best station out there, man. And when it comes to Husker hoops, and don't forget about Coach Williams. I know they had the hiccup. UCLA's
they're battling.
Team. They are still in the top 25. They're 24. They even went down to 24, but they got a big game tomorrow at Michigan State, man. So let's root them on, and that's going to be a tough game on the road. So, but they're still getting it done too, man. So let's don't forget about them as well. But go Big Red, man, and hey, man, we are in a good place right now.
Yep.
Let's go.
Well, thanks, team, man. We appreciate you so much, my friend, man. Take care of yourself. Always a pleasure, and we'll be talking soon. Take care of yourself. Stay blessed.
Thanks, fella. Y'all be good, man, and go Big Red, man, and let's get them Saturday.
All day, every day.
Steve.
There you go. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. Been telling you since day one. Here we are. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up the show. T-Money. The only thing I didn't get that chance to ask him was how many times Coach Need told him shoot the damn ball.
Something I've never been told by a coach in my life.
Yeah. Let's go. Do we have about 45 seconds when we come back?
No, we got about 2.5, right?
All right, I can't see.
2 minutes.
I'm good.
Well done. Well done. I have one little story. I think it's so interesting. Chicks dig the long ball story. You've got to go get some of this water.
Do they charge for it?
No.
Wow.
I get a coffee there, and not a lot. I get coffee a lot, but then I'm like, hey, can I get a water today? It is.
See, the nearest Starbucks to my house is not on the way to work, which is unfortunate. It's the other way.
So I give you the 5 P's. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Plan ahead.
Well, why would I drive out of my way to go
I
to
don't know.
Starbucks?
Just to get the water.
We have a perfectly good faucet in the bathroom.
I know. I'm not dogging it, but I will drink this water. I'll drink it out of the hose. I'll drink it out of the faucet. All of it. I don't know what they do to it. I don't know what they do to it. I don't want to keep talking about it because I want more people to do it and they start charging for it.
It's got to be a felony.
See,
if you're charging for water.
Whites even knew what I was when I had it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the number of people that looked at me when I walked in the building today with my Starbucks water.
Good stuff. How long has it been since you guys have been ice skating?
Never. I can't stand up.
I went on Holmes Lake a couple years ago. I had some buddies who would get out on Holmes Lake and go play ice hockey. I can't skate like them. So I went out there and just kind of stumbled my way around for 15 minutes and went, this isn't fun.
Some parts are not like the others.
We're going today. What's it called? John Henry?
Down
the complex.
Breslow.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what? The nice part about that is if you do struggle there, I've taken my kids. My kids can skate.
Mhm.
Weird. It makes me so mad that I can't, and they just get on the ice. But they have these little things you can hang on to and like skate around with it.
I might need it. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Uh-oh.
We still have that. We're coming back here.
Joe Lenardi.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Special thanks to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. Every Wednesday, don't miss out hearing T talk about Husker hoops and a lot more. Chicks dig the long ball. Apparently, it's not been happening in Kansas City. So you know what their solution is?
Moving the walls in.
What are we doing? They're moving the fence, outfield fence in by 10 feet and lowering the wall.
I love do you see their announcement for this? They're like, we heard what the fans wanted. More excitement. So we're bringing you more home runs, more home run robberies, all these things. No, did you see the one thing I saw that did make me go, you know what? That makes sense. Did you see the spray chart last year for the Royals hitters?
Yes.
They did end up 10 to 15 feet short on a lot of home runs last year.
Yeah, they said it's going to go the center field will stay at 410. They'll go to 379 down the lines.
I think I don't have the number off the top of my head. It was like almost 40 home runs last year they would have added by moving in the walls 10 feet just for the Royals.
Wow.
You know what? Give your own team an advantage. If you have guys that hit the ball 10 feet short of the wall, I don't hate the idea of moving the walls 10 feet in. Just know the other team's going to hit more home runs too.
Yeah. Just an interesting 10 feet. They're going to lower the wall by 1.5 feet. How about that?
Meanwhile, the Rockies 10 years ago, they added height to all the walls because they don't understand that you know what baseball fans want? Less runs at Mile High. That's what they want.
I got an answer for you. Less runs at Mile High. Better pitching. Better hitting. Better coaching. I don't know. Go down the list. Tomorrow, Marco D'Angelo with WagerTalk.com. Probably more hoops talk, football talk, everything. And a whole lot of you guys. Have a great hump day. This crew will catch you on a Thursday.